Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is TechnicallyTee here, and today I'm finally bringing you guys my full review of the iPhone 8 Plus. Now, sorry this took so long. I actually thought I recorded this review, but I ended up not recording it. I felt like I already did the first my review, but I guess it was just maybe the first impressions video that I did. But anyway, I can't remember, but here it is, guys, full review of the iPhone 8 Plus. Now, if you've been following my channel, you did know I got the 8 Plus on release day, pre-ordered it, got it with no problem, because you know how pre-orders was with the iPhone 8 Plus. You could have woke up 4 days later and still got it on release day. So pre-order was a breeze. I did get the AT&T model. This is the 256 gigabyte, and that is that silver color there. So I did get 256 gigs with my iPhone 8 Plus. So I do want to go over a few points, guys. I don't plan on making this a super long review because, as you know, guys, it was a subtle upgrade coming up from the 7 Plus, which I did. So there really wasn't a dramatic change, but there were some noticeable changes, that I should and I feel like pointing out in this video. So here we go. So the first change, guys, of course, will be that design of the iPhone 8 Plus. They finally ditched the aluminum back. We now have an all glass back. Now, some may like that, some may not like that. Now, me, I love it. The glass back makes it feel that much more premium. Yes, it is more prone to, dropping and breaking. And yes, it is expensive to fix these back panels. I think it's actually more expensive to fix the back than it is to fix the front. But nonetheless, guys, it feels great in the hand. And now, of course, that activates, and we bring it over here. That base activates wireless charging now, since we do have that glass back. And finally, Apple has finally got on board and jumped on the wireless charging bandwagon. So that's a good point, guys. Glass design. The phone is noticeably heavier in your hand, but to me, it's not that big of a deal. But if you held a 7 Plus and held the 8 Plus side by side, guys, you will be able to tell a huge difference in the actual weight of the phone itself. So that's one thing, guys. The weight of it, a little bit heavier. Next, let's take a look at the screen. Now, as you guys know, we still have one of the most beautiful 1080p LCD screens on the market. Everybody, of course, now is bumped up to 2K. The iPhone 10, which I'm recording from right now, has an almost 2K display, not quite 2K, but 1080p LCD screen, guys, is not a slouch. This is one of the best 1080 screens in the market. You already know with 1080, guys, you get excellent battery life. That's one thing that they've been doing a long time with the Plus, is the battery life has been excellent. And that's probably due to them still using 1080p screens, besides moving up to, 2K and up in those resolutions. So the screen on the 8 Plus, still the same good, guys. Nothing to shout about. Always your great colors, very natural. Very nice looking colors. Looking at the iPhone 10, then looking at the 8 Plus, that's when you can tell the screen technology has changed. Because when I look at my 10, hold my 8 Plus side by side, then you can tell the big difference. But guys, nonetheless, great phone, great display. Everything is good about display. There's no issues whatsoever. Front facing speakers, guys. Let's see if we can cut on a quick video and take a look. Listen to the front facing speakers. Let's see if we can get this just through the camera. Pop up my Note 8 revisited video. Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is TechnicallyTee here, guys, and today I'm bringing you. So the quality of the front facing speakers, guys, are on point. Of course, it's not going to all come out into the camera, going through my microphone as it is as you sitting in person, but the speakers are super loud, no issues whatsoever there, guys. The front facing speakers they have going on with the iPhones are on point right now, and it also has been carried over to the iPhone 10. Next, let's take a look at the camera. Now, there has been a few upgraded camera settings in the camera formats into the settings. Couldn't actually get it out. So as you see, guys, now we have 4K up to 60 frames per second. So that's a big upgrade, guys. High efficiency mode, of course, is high efficiency mode. And if you get that notice there, 4K 60 frames per second will only play on macOS High Sierra 10.13 or later. Now, I have not actually recorded anything in 4K 60 frames per second because I would like to see it on a computer. I currently do not have a computer. My main computing device, if you know, is my iPad Pro. So I do plan on getting a MacBook in the next week or so, and I would love to see what that 4K 60 frames per second looks like. But guys, same camera. They did say there's a couple, noticeable or small marginal upgrades to the camera. When I take pictures with the 7 Plus, when I take pictures with the 8 Plus, guys, they're all the same. Beautiful pictures, no issue whatsoever. Cameras, what to be expected on iOS. Next, the A11 Bionic chip. So let's talk a little bit about performance, guys. Now, I know a lot of people say that may be a placebo effect when coming from the 7 Plus and the 8 Plus, but to me, zipping around the OS, opening, closing apps, it seemed a little bit snappier using that Bionic chip for some odd reason. Now, I know a lot of people say that may not be the case. That just be made with what you're feeling, but I honestly think going in and out of these apps with that A11 Bionic chip actually does a great job. No issue whatsoever, no hiccups, no slowing down, and any slowing down that you do occur is probably having to deal with iOS 11. iOS 11 is still working out the kinks. I am running 11.1.1 on this. I'm actually running 11.2 on my iPhone 10, and it actually gets a little bit better. So I think in the future we will see some upgrades to iOS 11, and we probably will make the device run a little bit more fluid. But right now, the A11 Bionic chip blazes through anything, guys. No issues whatsoever. Battery life is on point. You'll be able to get through the day more than the full day of using this device. And that's one thing I really miss about the Plus compared to the iPhone 10, which I will get in that in another video that I'm probably going to actually record after this video. We'll get into it, but the battery life on the Plus model, guys, are always been A1. They've been A1 ever since the 6 Plus came out. They absolutely kill it when it comes to the battery life on the iPhone 8 Plus. Other than that, guys, not much differences. I mean, the body, the build, still the same. This is that classic design. This is probably the last time you guys may see this design. Who knows? Because the future may be the design of the iPhone 10. You never know. But classic design of the iPhone 10. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I actually want to talk about, guys. At first, one thing I do want to get into was, at first, everybody thought this 8 Plus was a waste of a phone. When it first came out, everybody was ragging it, saying, why you call it the 8 when you didn't change much? It should have been a 7S Plus, blah, 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 blah. But in my mind, I've been saying this since day one, Apple knew exactly what they were doing when they made the 8 Plus. They knew the 10 was going to come out, and they knew 10 was going to shake people's feathers. With the 10, you're deleting Touch ID. You're getting rid of these bezels. You're coming with a smaller form factor. Yeah, it has a bigger screen, but the physical footprint of the device is smaller in your hand. They knew people may not adjust to that. Now, when you jump on the forum sites, when you look at other YouTube videos, everybody now can justify the reason that Apple came out with the 8 Plus, because a lot of people, and even me, I'm still torn between which one I'm going to use, the 8 Plus or the 10, because the 8 Plus to me seems like a more complete device. As in, yes, we've had this design for a very long time, guys, but they finally got it right with the 8 Plus. That's probably the best this design can be with the bezels that we have to work with. So at first, everyone thought this was a waste of a phone. To me, I knew it was a great phone. It was nice, subtle upgrades coming from the 7 Plus, but that's all it needed to be in order to perfect this body style and this form factor that we've been used to on the 8 Plus. So a lot of people are downgrading from the 10 going back to the 8 Plus. And I'm going to say it's not a downgrade. I'm almost going to say that's an even upgrade in my opinion. But like I said, I don't want to get too much in that. That's another video that I will plan on shooting, iPhone 10 versus iPhone 8 Plus. Because I do want to get into a little bit of battle when it comes to those two phones. So focusing on the 8 Plus, guys, excellent device. If you have a 7 Plus, should you upgrade to an iPhone 8 Plus? I don't really see the need of rushing out to get it. If you're a tech person and you'd like to have latest and greatest, cool. If you'd like to have latest and greatest, you're probably getting the iPhone 10. But if you have a 7 Plus, your 7 Plus is running perfectly fine. I feel like, honestly, you can skip the 8 Plus. Now, if you're coming from anything below a 7 Plus, then I would say it's worth the upgrade, especially if you're coming from a 6S, or definitely if you're coming from a 6 Plus. Now you want to talk about anything that's older than the 6 Plus. But if you have anything in the 6 family range, the 8 Plus is definitely worth the upgrade. If you have the 7 Plus, technically it may not be worth the upgrade because all you're getting is wireless charging. You get a faster processor, which to me matters a lot. And, little improvement with the color on the cameras, on the screen, subtle improvements, but nothing ground shaking that you have to rush out and get it. So that's just a nitpick. 7 Plus owners, you can hold off. Any owner that has the 6 anything, go out there and get the 8 Plus. You will not be disappointed. It's an excellent phone. And like I said, I'm actually going through myself deciding if I'm going to keep the 8 Plus or the iPhone 10. So guys, if you have any questions or you feel like if I've missed anything regarding this phone, please leave a comment below. Like I said, I don't really write my reviews, guys. I don't really write them down. I'm going straight off the top of the head. I don't have a piece of paper letting me know what to say. This is just my experience, so I may have missed something. I'm trying to get a little better when it comes to giving these full reviews on this phone. But usually my reviews are a lot longer, but it's not needed with this device because, like I said, it is a subtle upgrade from the 7 Plus. So guys, if you do have a question or if it is something I missed, please drop that comment below. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you next time, guys. Later.